As always, the Noinvite podcast is here, full effect. Dilema Barbershop, Pittsburgh, California. We'll have guests. We always have guests on the show. It ain't about me. I hate being like the motherfucker that rants and it's just all about him. I hate that shit, bro. Whenever I do anything, I try to include people, you know what I'm saying, so that it ain't just about me, because I'm not really an egomaniac like that, even though I think that my voice is buttery and beautiful and I love myself. I'm still like, I always try to put on for other people and stuff. So I hate I never do a podcast by myself where it's just me talking. Yeah. Because it feels like a rant after that. Right. But for y'all that don't know and don't recognize the voice, we got Armani in the building. What's going on with you, player?
Hey, what's good, bro? Thanks for having me, man.
We came down to Dilema, man. You know what I'm saying? We had to come down and I asked for you specifically. So it was an invite, even though this is no invite. Yeah. But see, a lot of people don't realize is the reason why I call the podcast a no invite podcast, because it's not really artist based. Right. It puts on for the artist, but we don't want to rely on the artist for our content. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. I used to do a show called West Coast Fusion TV, and it was a live stream, and it revolved around the artist. I broke their records, their videos. I interviewed them about what they had going on specifically. And see, the thing that fucked me up on that is, since it was a live broadcast twice a week, we had to do it at a certain time. And a lot of artists catted on me, bro. Left me hanging. And then it's like, yo, when the show is all about you, it's hard at the last minute to come up with shit, which we did anyways, to talk about. You feel me? Because that's not what the show's format was. So when I started the No Invite, I was like, it's not going to be artist based. I will have artists, entrepreneurs, players. You can see that now. That's just good. Players and shit like that. Whatever the case, whatever you do, I'm going to have them on there, and we're going to chop it up. Yeah. But if it should be able to stand alone without it. So if they can't make it, or if they cat, or motherfucker get locked up or whatever, we ain't got to worry about the show not going on.
Goes on. Right.
So how you been, bro?
Man, you know, chilling, trying to work on this project. Got a video shoot coming up. And
I see that, man. I've been following you, bro. You've been doing your thing, man. I checked out the last record you had, bro. It was dope. You feel me? How's everything going with that? How's that doing?
You know, it's going slowly but surely. You know, all I can do is keep grinding, keep working. You know what I mean?
You're supposed to do, man.
Yeah. So.
That's the grind. You feel me? That's the dues you pay. You feel me?
Yeah.
In the last podcast we did, bro, we talked about that, because a lot of people, you know, they get the misconception that, you know, I'm the dopest. I'm going to put this album out. I'm going to put this thing out, and it's just going to take off and da-da-da. It's like, bro, there's so many people out there doing it that you have to be consistent. Your first one out the park ain't really your first one out the park. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. You're still going. It's like you rebooting every time you drop until you get to a certain plateau. I mean, well, a certain level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I you know, we talked about that, because there's a lot of crybaby shit on Instagram and Facebook and all that shit.
All over the place. Especially when it comes to art, you know what I'm saying? Like... Yeah, you got so many different opinions, and you just got to keep pushing. Like, it doesn't. If you want to keep doing it, if you want to do it, you're gonna keep doing it. You know what I mean? So
regardless of what anybody says.
Right.
And that's the thing. Is like, people, I think nowadays, they seek approval. You feel me? Of other people, like, or they measure their life or their wave based on other waves, and they got to understand that it's like, yo, that person is at another place in their life right now. Maybe he's ahead of you, maybe he's behind you in life as far as where he's at artistically or entrepreneur wise, but you can't go off other people's results. You feel me? You got to do you. Right. So, man, bro, like I said, man, with this whole no invite shit, I remember you. I know you remember a while back we did the No H compilation. And it was just a fucking fiasco with people just feeling like they're feeling real entitled. Yeah, like it was this something. I got left out. How I get left out? Like, yeah, but it's like it's not even that people got left out, bro. It's just that it's all where your hustle's at, because the people that put that compilation together, they reached out to everyone. All the people that were complaining, they were reached out to, and they were asked if they were ready, and they weren't ready. See, so what do you feel like an artist that's trying to get it like yourself, like if you could tell somebody that's trying to do the same thing, what do you feel like that they need? What tools in their tool belt do they need to get that shit out there, to keep it going, basically to get their wave up?
I mean, you gotta continue grinding, not stopping. You know, and it's hard work, bro. You gotta, you know, I work at 2 jobs, you feel me? And I still do the music. I only got the weekends. Sometimes I might go out on Thursday night and be like, all right, well, such and such got a show. It might not even be my show. and I'm gonna go show support, so they go support me. You know what I'm saying?
Vice versa.
And you know, it's just all a grind. It's gonna be a struggle for. I've been doing it for 3 years, 3+ really, but 3 years seriously. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's a really slow race. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a marathon, bro. Just keep going, going.
That's real
So
shit.
you hit the ground rolling, then you know what I'm saying. You see that finish line, you just gas it out. So
well, I always tell people it's like when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you'll see the doors open up. Yeah. You feel me? A lot of times our heart's in the right place, but we don't fucking do the footwork. We expect that shit to land on our laps and it's just gonna happen. It's not like that, bro. When you do the footwork and you do the hustle and the sacrifice, like you said, you only got the weekends and whatnot. When you do the sacrifice, that shit shows up later on. Right. It's like a delayed reaction. It may not show up when you want it, but then when it all comes together and you start seeing your shit move, then you're like, oh damn, like all the little seeds you planted before start popping into play. Right. And a lot of people are weird, you know what I mean? A lot of people are weird. They just don't understand. They think it's
just gonna happen overnight. Like it just doesn't happen like that.
Well, there's a lot of ego, bro. People feel like because they're dope, they you got to jump on their dick, and it's like, bro, it's not even about that, bro. It's about acknowledging people, but also it's like reciprocation, bro. Like I tell you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You want to be loved, you want to be adored, people want to be fucking praised or whatever, and they want their buzz up, but then they don't practice that. With other shit, you know what I'm saying? They don't support, they dick ride, they only support people if it's beneficial to them. Yeah. They only put on for people when it's convenient for them. Right. And it's difficult, bro, because like the whole no H movement thing and the whole Pittsburgh thing was to put each other up, regardless if you got something going on or not, man. We'll support. You know, support people. A lot of people they forgot about that, man. They got a lot of ego, man. It's crazy. Our town's small, man, but it's crazy. But I love it at the same time. Yeah, yeah. What's the name of the new project? You got a name for it?
It's Armani, baby. You know, that's gonna be it's my IG tag and all that. So, you know, I'm just trying to self promote myself. I think where I kind of lacked on the first one is you know, promoting me as a person, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day,
you a brand.
If you don't like me as a person, you'll never like my music. You know what I'm saying? No matter how good it is, you're not gonna like it because you don't like me.
You know what? I'm not gonna agree with you on that. Not to say that you're wrong. Yeah. But there's people that like your music. They just don't like you. You dig what I'm saying?
That's true. We call them haters, though.
Exactly. We call you know, at the SLYSHOW. The boy Sly, he made up a name for. They're called closet fans. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, because they like what you do, but they don't like that it's you. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
And so I'm gonna disagree with you on that, but at the same time, it's true what you're saying. Also, it's kind of like a either or type thing. Yeah. Because there's a lot of people that don't like you, period, so they don't want to hear what you got to say. Yeah. But if they were really like put that aside for whatever reasons that they don't like you and give you a chance, they probably would like you. Yeah. You know, like that meme says, stop finding reasons not to like me, man. I'm cool as fuck. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's true, right?
Yeah. I found it too, though. Like, if people like you, they gonna just support you no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Music, you know, podcasts, whatever you decide to do.
It's true.
You know, even if it's not something that they would typically like, they're gonna support you just because they like you as a person, as a being, you know what I mean?
And I think nowadays, bro, support means so many different things. A lot of people think that you got to buy everything that we drop. You got to do everything. It's like now with the music, the way it's set up, it's like you could listen to my album for free.
Yeah, right.
And it still helps me.
Right, exactly.
You could repost my shit. Even if you don't listen to it and follow the wave, you could repost my shit and it's still good. You feel me?
Yeah, make it seem like it's something bigger than it is, and then everybody's going to jump
just rally behind me. If it's not your cup of tea, just like me, for instance, man, if my friend opens a restaurant, but it's not food that I like, I'm still going to pass it along to my people and my followership and anybody that follows me because I don't like it. That don't mean it's not good.
Right.
You feel me? Yeah. That don't mean that his food ain't good. Maybe I don't
cup of tea.
It's not my cup of tea, but that don't mean that the person next to me might not like it. Right. And that just because I don't like it doesn't make it not worthy of me sharing it with somebody. You feel me? Right. So, like I said, people got this misconception nowadays. They feel like they have to pay to support you. You don't have to pay. Right. You feel me? It's free.
I don't even ask for that.
I don't even ask. I tell them all the time.
Watch my video a couple times. That's cool.
I just be pumping the YouTube and the sound, the Spotify links. Like, yo, y'all can listen to it for free. If you want to download it and pay for it, it's there too.
Yeah.
But if you guys got time, like my shit, subscribe to my channel. That's all I ask for. And if you can't do that, that's cool. You know, I used to get wrapped in that whole who should do what for what, but then at the same time, it's like I started realizing and remembering that nobody owes you nothing. You know what I'm saying? It'd be nice if your people fucked with you,
right?
You know,
right.
and supported you like they should, but it's not their job, bro. And at the end of the day, that's just more people that you have to prove wrong. You know, you got to make them believers. You know what I'm saying? They don't believe in you right now for one reason or another, or they don't believe in themselves, and they put that on you as their way to cover that up. Yeah, you know what I mean? So when's the album?
I don't even have a release date yet, but it should be soon. I can't really put a time stamp on it yet. You know, it's all just falling into place. I'm just trying to promote myself a little bit more, you know what I mean? Yeah. Get a little buzz going behind it. Yeah. So I don't just blindly drop it and then nobody even expecting it to be out and just,
that's dope, you know actually.
Because I'm not, you know, J. Cole or somebody. If I was to drop it tomorrow, 50,000 people will be like, oh, I mean, probably more nice than
though.
that. Yeah,
nice though, right?
Right. So, you know, I mean, I'm ready though. I'm ready to put it out, but I'm not going to rush it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to just throw it out there blindly, you know, so.
All right. Okay, so look, we have come on in, y'all. Come on in. We filming, like I said, we told y'all already. We gonna have people coming in here. We got Sly from the SLYSHOW. We got Kalisha that just popped in on us. Don't trip.
Noinvite.
The boss, the underboss. He just walked in front of our camera, but don't trip though. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna let him slide for that shit one time. You know what I'm saying? But check it out. Okay, so look, Noinvite podcast. We talk about all kinds of shit. This ain't your cup of tea, man. You ain't gotta answer it. Yeah. We could say skip. But how do you feel? Like we do everything.
Yeah,
we do everything. So how do you feel about today's condition with like the president and just Trump's America? How do you feel about that? We get because we ain't got political on the show yet. Yeah. But I figure we might touch on it a little bit because we could do a whole fucking 10-part series on this shit.
I mean, you know, Trump, man, I think he need to lay off the Twitter, man. He need to focus on some real issues, you feel me?
Stop being a bitch.
Yeah, I mean, all of the above, bro. I mean, it's countless numbers of things we could say bad about him, but it's still people that support him for some odd reason. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, you know, Trump,
okay, so
I don't even know where to start with this dude. You
know? So, you know, his whole slogan was "Make America Great," right?
Right. Again.
But do you remember a time when America was ever great or ever this bad?
You know what? I ain't that old, and I don't remember it being, you know, this controversial. I guess you could say, like.
But it's the truth.
Yeah, I mean, like every time I look on my phone, I get a notification, and it's just like, our president is going through a freaking reality series right now. Like, we got people, you know, testifying in court about some Russian politics, and you know, I'm like, wow, like what's going on? People getting fired left and right. He just went at what the little British president, like going at their heads talking about what's wrong with their country, bro. I don't see you posting videos about cops shooting up people. You ain't doing that, but you quick to get on what they doing wrong. Like, don't worry about what they doing. Worry about what we doing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Super weird, by the way, just in case you ain't know. You know what I mean? He's extra weird. I don't know, man. As far as my opinion, how that shit goes, man. Trump is just an attention whore.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't like to give him too much shine on the show. That's why we ain't got political, because I don't want to give him anything or keep his name floating out there, because I feel like just like anything else, if you give it attention, you give it power.
Yeah.
And you give it power over yourself because you're locked into it. But he's a fucking clown. He's a clown. America's never been great. America was stolen, in my opinion. It's never been great. They lied to us on the TV. They lied to us in these history books. They lied to everybody, you know, about what we are and who we are, you know. So I don't really feel like, you know, his whole "Make America Great" shit, it ain't nothing but playing on the fears of people that don't understand us.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they say you fear what you don't understand.
I mean, you know what? I this year I went to Spain, bro. Mm-hmm. My uncle, he always talk about, you know, Panama, and I'm like, all right. So I went out to Spain, and I'm like, bro, like, I'm going to go to Panama, too, just off that trip. I'm like, nope. Bro, America is, I don't want to say my country is trash, but it's nothing, bro. It's really nothing. It's like brand new business. It's a lot of culture over there, bro. They barely work. They live. You know what I'm saying? We don't live over here. The American dream is work, work, work until you build up enough money to retire when you about to die.
And then,
you know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like, you work till you about 70, 75. What you doing with this 401k that they telling you to save
And you
up?
still can't make it with that.
Can't do nothing, bro. That's what I'm
Still
saying.
can't.
Like, the American dream is crazy, bro. You go to college. They tell you go to college. I went to ASU. You know, shout out to my ASU dogs, Sun Devils.
Hey, my brother-in-law went to ASU too.
That's where it's at, bro.
I see him.
And like, you know, you gotta pay $40,000 to go to school. Like,
And then they don't like honor that shit. Like they don't care.
bro.
Like,
I mean, like, I'm working 2 jobs and I got a degree that I'm not using. You know what I'm
you
saying?
better
Like,
than me because my degree came from the state. So
hey,
that's a different degree. But man, I feel you, bro. You know, and I hate to get political with you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna ask everybody.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
it's all good,
and
bro.
I just wanted to get your opinion on it. You know what I mean? I got a couple of people that been on the show. I'm not gonna say who, but they're Trump supporters.
oh shoot.
But at the same time, the reason why they support Trump, has nothing to do with his view on race or matters or anything like that. It's totally with money. And
Yeah,
I mean, I get that too. But you know, money isn't everything, bro. You know what I mean? I hate to say it because I'm trying to make money and I'm trying to make $1 million in my lifetime. But it ain't everything. Sometimes you gotta have
That's what
morals.
you gotta do in America, bro. Over there, you
gotta
ain't
shit on
worried
people.
about millions.
It feels like you gotta shit on people in America in order to make money, bro. It's like you can't be a good person to make money. You gotta be an asshole and make money. You feel me? But it's the American way, I guess.
Yeah.
Bro, how can they find you? How can the people reach out to you, listen to your music, find you, you know, in general?
Yeah. I mean, I'm on SoundCloud at Armani Baby, on Instagram, on Snapchat, all those social
Armani
media.
Baby, spell it though.
Armani Baybee. Where else can you find me? Oh, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Google Play, Amazon, all those streaming sites.
Can I get a ooh yeah?
Armani
ooh,
Remind. Ooh yeah.
Okay.
And then yeah, that's where you can find me. You know.
Y'all heard it, man. Armani in the building. Dilema Barbershop, Noinvite podcast. Blaze is starting to feel a little buzzed. You know what I mean? We got just a little
Blaze.
bit, tiny, lightweight. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? We got Peebo on the boards. You know what I'm saying? It's a small world. Kalisha knows Peebo. She was over here hugging it up with her earlier. Thank you, bro, for being on the show. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. Noinvite podcast. Blaze, Armani, Dilema, Barrier Compass, the SLYSHOW. We'll be back in a minute with a new guest and half, I believe.